have to be an intelligent system ourselves now because we're switching to English and we're taking a look to Japan. For the next hour I hand over the stage to Makoto Takedo and the JETRO Forum. For the ones who haven't heard about the JETRO Forum up until now, it is the forum that helps German companies to expand their footprint to Japan and Japanese companies to expand their footprint to Germany. They helped over 12,000 companies since 2003 to expand their footprints in the other country, and now it's time to help the startups. As part of this, I would like to ask Makoto Takedo to come on stage, and I would like to ask you for a little applause for him. Hey, Makoto, I hand over the stage.
The microphone is on here. Okay. Hi.
I can hear you. Have fun.
Thanks. I'm Makoto. I'm from the company Vicestream. I'm the managing director of it. And we have partnered up with JETRO. And JETRO is Japan's official or governmental trade organization, which has committed itself to build a global acceleration program in many startup ecosystems around the world to connect Japan with the outside startup ecosystem to internationalize Japan. So when you hear internationalization of Japan, you already realize, Japan is changing, and that is going to be that topic today. So in order to show you that Japan is really changing, I think I want to introduce to you the chief of JETRO Berlin, Mr. Hitoshi Masuda first, and you will see that Japan is really changing because I have never seen Masuda-san not with a tie and not in a suit. So Hitoshi Masuda, Chief of JETRO Berlin, please.
Hello. Konnichiwa. Guten Tag. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Hitoshi Masuda. Okay, yeah, especially for today. Yes. Do you remember me? Do you remember Society 5.0? Innovation is very important. And technology, artificial intelligence, IoT, or big data is the key driving force. But we presented that the society or human relation or heart-to-heart connection is the most important. That's what we proposed the last year's partner country of JETRO here in Japan. After almost 1 year, better weather here, I came here to accelerate the Society 5.0 through startups. Now, so JETRO is launching new initiative through startup to accelerate Society 5.0, especially connecting the Germany and Japan. We brought two things today. One is 20 participant companies with 17, well, almost startups and small-sized companies in Hall 12 as a Japan pavilion. Second, so I brought my best colleagues who can pool and share the startup ecosystem and actually how the Japan is changing itself. That's my mission. And finally, so what I'd like to say, of course here, I've got a lot of friends here, and I wonder that so many my friends mention on the importance of the Society 5.0 because now, so we are really in the core of the artificial intelligence or IoT technology. That's what I'd like to share. And final message I would like to hand over to it is that, yes, when we go into the very, very frontier, we need trustable and reliable partners. That's my message. Now, let's enjoy how Japan is changing itself and how Japan is changing the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Matsuda-san. So let's wait for the next slide to come up. There is no next slide. Okay, that's not a problem. I'll basically just briefly explain. It's really not a problem because I have it all in my mind. As Matsuda-san has said, JETRO is launching this global accelerator hub. And in order to do this, JETRO needs partners in the local ecosystems. For example, in London they have Techstars, and I don't know why, but for Berlin they have chosen Bystream. I'm very happy about this because we have been passionate about connecting the startup ecosystem of Berlin and Japan. So what can we actually offer to German startups? Because I think that's the majority of the audience today. And also I see that there are some Japanese entrepreneurs here as well. What do we offer to German startups if they want to go to Japan? First of all, we can utilize the extensive network that JETRO has worldwide, but also in Japan, a large local network. So they can provide you a basic market research about your market, about your vertical. And this is for free, right? And you can also get B2B contacts and also investor contacts if you want to expand into Japan and have a Japanese investor who knows the Japanese market, of course, the best. You can further have an office space in Tokyo, Osaka, or Nagoya and use it while you maybe want to test the market in Japan. And if you really decide to establish a company in Japan, you can also receive professional consulting services on tax law or labor law or other regulatory issues that might be important for your business for free. And last but not least, this is still under construction, but we are going to build a network of European entrepreneurs, European startups that have gone to Japan and have offices in Japan already, because they are those who know how to do business in Japan and how to develop B2B contacts, how to develop users, how to generate revenue. And I think this will be a very important infrastructure for startups from Germany, from Europe, if you go to Japan. Now, in going to Japan, I think the most important thing is that you understand what the startup ecosystem really looks like. And for that, I have invited Mr. Iku Hiraishi from Japan. He will talk about the Japanese landscape of startups. Hiraishi-san is a serial entrepreneur and also investor. He has been investing in startups in Japan, in the US, and also in Europe. He has invested in a Berlin startup called Infarm. I think he's going to talk about that soon. And yesterday, I just heard that he closed another deal in Berlin. Hiraishi-san might talk about it too. One day before the historical deal was apparently closed today in Singapore. So you know that this is always a little bit faster. So now, Hiraishi-san, the stage is yours.
Hi, thank you for your warm introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. I see lots of Japanese but less German people, so hope my talk informative for you guys. So before I start my presentation, let me make my self-introduction because no one knows this is my friends about me. So I'm a serial entrepreneur and also startup accelerator. And so far I founded or co-founded 7 companies. The one went public, the other one was acquired by the Yahoo Japan. But I screwed up the other company, as you see. But I reactivated the company Vision from last year, July 1st, to accomplish my unfinished business. So this is a book I wrote about my failure to kind of give courage to the young guys in Japan who are interested in becoming entrepreneurs. But lots of people are worried about what happens if I go fail. So I hope this book will give people to start their own companies. This is some of my representative portfolio companies, including one Berlin-based startup called the Infarm, as you see. So they are indoor farming technology companies. So this is the future vision of the kind of how produce the vegetables and how vegetables are being sold. Stop traveling from the kind of farms away from the cities. This is the reason they invented this system. So as the number shows, 30% of the vegetables harvested are going to be wasted before that vegetables come to the people's mouth. And also that waste consumes the lots of energies. So that's why Infarm founders invented these technologies and also services. Actually, they are not the German founders. They are all from Israel. I guess 5 years ago. And then now 35 stores, supermarkets have equipped the system. This is the one of the stores of the Edeka. I think German people know that supermarket. And then the vegetables harvested at that shelf. And this is their system. Okay. Now let me introduce why Japan. So Japan is a pretty tiny country in terms of the geography. Still, we have a big economy, third largest GDP country, and also second largest GDP per capita among the top 10 highest GDP countries. And also, around the Tokyo metropolitan area, 37 million people living. Very big market. And we have the other big city in the western part of Japan. It's a Osaka area. There are 23 million people living in that area. A very huge market. And also, lots of Silicon Valley tech giants are coming to Japanese market. So in terms of Twitter and also Evernote, Japanese market is the biggest market outside of the United States. And the Google, they launched their first office outside of US in Japan. And the Uber, Airbnb, those kind of unicorns are also interested in actually came to Japan because we have a market. So second, I would like to show you the last 20 years, how Japanese startup landscape has been changing and has been growing. This is a graph of the number of IPOs and also Nikkei index. So as you see, around the 2000, there was a dot-com bubble and also bubble burst. And then back in 2006, there was a big insider accident of the live door shop. That was a famous listed Japanese companies that involved with the insider inflation. And also 2 years later, Lehman Falls also happened. But those two big accidents made Japanese startup scene almost frozen. So behind the iPhone picture, you cannot see the graph. But the number of IPOs as a top, 2,204, that came down to the only 19 in 2009. However, because of the iPhone loans, Facebook, Twitter, also AWS, Amazon Web Service, those kind of new technologies and also the platform stimulated especially young guys to start their own companies. So the number of IPOs are coming back to the almost 100 from the 19. So this is the overview of the last 20 years of Japanese landscape. So those 20 years can be divided into 3 or 4 generations. So every generation has every specific characters. So first generation, including me, the business they started was replace of the conventional business onto the website. But as the technology kind of matured and the new technology is coming, so the generations getting more innovative, and then to the mobile, smartphones, cloud, and recently, as you know, AI, blockchain, cryptos, decentralized, those kind of things are the kind of possible. So how about the funding status? I would like to introduce 4 big points. So first one is last year we have 2.5 billion investments from the venture capitals and also corporates into these startups. So that is the biggest in last 10 years. And the check size is also getting bigger. The median is almost 1 million USD, but the average is 3 million USD. And VCs are pretty active, and now lots of angel investors are also in the game. And corporates are really interested in set up their corporate venture capitals, and also how to get in touch with the Japanese startups, also foreign startups. So this is a graph of the last 10 years, so it's some of the Japanese companies. But as I mentioned, last year we have a 2.5 billion investment to the startups. But that is the biggest last 10 years. However, the number of startups who succeeded to funding reduced, meaning more money to the less startups, but the attractive, promising startups. So that is the trend. And as I mentioned, this is the graph of the tendency of check size. So last year, both of the average and also medium, it's the highest. The third one is how active VCs and the angel investors in Japan. So we have pretty limited time, so I don't explain the details and each name of the VC over here. But we have lots of institutional VCs and also independent VCs established by the successful entrepreneurs. Also, when I was, I studied my internet startups back in late 1990s. There were no angel investors who are familiar with the internet because internet just started. But now, because of the lots of generations and the lots of successful startups who exited to IPO or M&A exit, so they are now also taking roles to the angel investors to invest in, foster next generation. So they are very successful, famous entrepreneurs in Tokyo. Everyone is the age of 30s, so they are doing angel investment. Also, they are running their own companies. Last one is the corporates and the CVC. So this is a logos of the venture capitals, also corporate venture capitals are associated with our Japan VC Association. And I would like to introduce one CVC. It's covered by the red line, KDDI. That is the company direct competitor to the SoftBank. So this company has been running big funds, I would say 100 million or 200 million USD. And very recent, they acquired only a 2 years old IoT startups for the valuation. That is the not open, so it's kind of a guess, but somewhere between 200 million up to 300 million USD. Only a 2 years old startup. So this is the one of the kind of representative example of the startup phenomena happening in Japan. So this is our accelerator by the MUFG. It stands for Mitsubishi UFG Financial Group. So because of the blockchain and the cryptos, all of the three mega banks in Japan are really interested in and also are worried about how soon the existing business are going to be disrupted by the cutting-edge technologies. So that's why they started their own accelerator to find, to fuel, to cooperate with their promising startups. The next example is the railway-related company called the Tokyu Group. So in Japan, railway-related companies are not only running the railways, but they also are running the shopping complex, condos, office buildings, lots of supermarkets along the railways.